Alright, so this is Hatchhyack Tragedy Overground. I do have a second version of the deck that I uploaded for those who wanted a different version, whether they wanted it or not. There's a different version, right? But this is the original version that apparently had over 300 views and a whole bunch of, you know, more dislikes than likes. It's like, alright, so he's down. So I immediately started putting back all the cards. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get a lot of blue cards, pretty much my unisons, whatnot. So I'm trying to get more blue. So I'm going to be charging blue turn 1. So as you can see, I do have 4 blue cards in my hand. So I could charge all 4 of those, right? The first 4 turns, and then after that I could charge black energy, or just charge anything. Now, my opponent is using KO, Lord X18. If I'm right, I've played against this person many times before. I wanted something in the background, so I just played something in the background so I can have some audio. Because, Untap is pretty boring. There's no music or anything. Barely any sound other than the sound of my computer, right? So, anyway, it's awesome because you're going to see the KO deck in action, and I'm definitely one of the decks I'm going to be building will be the KO deck. So it's nice to see it in action. See if any tech ideas. Definitely, yep. There's definitely one tech idea, which will be at the end of the video. I'm like, yeah, I want to add that card to the deck because that's a good card. I like that. So my opponent's build is pretty good. Some stuff I probably won't use is that Vados and Champa. I might not use that card in my build, but anyway. So I charged my blue energy. My opponent seems to be concerned with that because they feel that I won't be able to awaken, but it's like, well, obviously I know that. My goal is not to awaken. So that's the thing. It's also ironic is that as soon as I started up a match, I immediately got a opponent. But this name looks familiar, so it's probably my friends list. So probably saw me pop up online and just hopped on real quick. So he seems to be excited to see what I'm going to be doing. At first I thought he was talking about his deck, but it's like, I don't know. He's probably referring to my deck just because I'm not playing what he considers to be typical Hatchhyack. So I play the Weak Cohesion, so I can untap my blue energy. And of course, that means I could play another negate this turn. And this is turn 1. So he thought he was going to play something to attack, but instead what he's doing is ramping, which was interesting. So he does that. And this is when I start seeing, what the deck's capable of. It's like, ooh, this is cool. I like this. This is pretty cool. So, like, cause I'm used to this kind of stuff in Magic, so, it's like, this is pretty cool. Like, because the thing that I've been wanting ramp, I want ramp in black, but that's for a different conversation. But it's like so cool to see, that my opponent's already at 3 mana. It's like, damn, that's cool. It is interesting the blue ramps because in Magic, green is the one that ramps. So it's interesting to see blue ramp. But, blue and black are my colors, so I do like to ramp. So as you can see, I'm using my leader's ability so I can still get card advantage. So even without awakening, I still get card advantage. It's just that instead of drawing top card of my deck every turn, right? I'm drawing the 3rd card off the top of my deck every turn. And clearly, this method, I would, if I keep doing it, I would end up decking out. Because think about it, I'm drawing a card for my turns, and then I'm taking 3 cards off the top of my deck. So I draw a card, take 3 cards off the top of my deck, right? Which is not too much of a problem if you can take advantage of it. I was interested in, I was like, of course, when I saw some cards that says, if you have cards under your leader, that they're probably the KO cards or something. So we'll see. Hopefully they got like a cool, like, I still haven't looked at all the Universe 15 stuff. I just like skimmed through some stuff to see if there was any new unisons or negates that I could use and stuff like that from the new set. So I'm still looking at the new set of like what's in there to see if I can use it to like upgrade my decks. I play Hatchhyack, like I have a Hatchhyack deck in real life. It's a Gogeta Zeno build right now. It's the 8-drop Gogeta, but I want to upgrade to the 10-drop for the burn version of the Gogeta deck. So, but I am, liking the idea of a blue, well, me personally, a blue Hatchhyack deck, especially with the playing Tragic Overground. So that's why it's not surprised that this deck exists, right? Because it's more my style. The thing is that I need a way to ramp to get to Tragic sooner than later. But this deck is good at being able to stall with the negates and the blockers and stuff like that. And we have a good amount of unison blockers. You try to skip a couple of steps. This match is pretty long, so skip a couple steps. As you can see, I am using the leader's ability, so I can maintain card advantage. You see, my opponent has 5 cards in his hand. I got 9 cards in my hand. I was thinking of playing the 2-drop unison this turn, so I could keep 1 energy up. But then I changed my mind. I was like, nah, I'll play Raditz instead. It's my main blocker. Ooh, cool. Andrea Day commented on my post. Spicy. That was his comment. I appreciate it. And I'll tag him so you can see this video. So you can see the deck in action. Since he commented on the post of the deck. Or was it the new deck? No, it's actually this one. Alright, cool. So what was that? Raditz. Okay, so I got Raditz out there, obviously. He can block twice. The idea is to use him to block leader and unison swings, preferably, 15k or less. You don't want 20Ks, because obviously you'll lose markers that way. And Raditz does not have a way of gaining markers. So I want to keep that in mind. So he's mainly to block leaders and unisons. And if you have to, you could block battle cards, obviously, right? But if your opponent does combo to make their leader stronger, well then, they're given hand advantage, right? They're given up hand advantage, which you're okay with. Let's see. So, swings. Obviously, I will block my Raditz. So, blocking. Trigger his auto to restand. So 19 to his trying to thinking of something, making sure I didn't do something wrong. Alright, we have some spectators spectating the game. So got to see if he's going to he combos something which allows him to evolve. So he's doing a combo evolve play, KO that weakens system. I try to remember to highlight the cards. It's more for y'all to see the cards than me, because I'm barely paying attention to a lot of what my opponent's doing. I mainly focus on just attacks, attacks, block, attack, block, attack, block, attack, block. Basic shit. Just focusing on when my opponent attacks. So I don't know what a lot of the cards they have are doing. I just know he ramp. I know he just evolved. That's all I know. That's a 20k crit if I'm right. So yeah, 20k crit. Of course, if I block with my Unison, I will lose a marker. I only have 2 markers on it right now because I just lost one. So block. Like I said, I'm gonna be risking taking, losing a marker. Granted, I could have. No, I got 4 cards in the drop, so I can't spark and negate. So that wasn't an option this turn, so I had to block. Or I could have took the hit, but I get no card advantage if I take the crit. So I chose. So I did the block. So I got 2 negates, or I got 2 blocks off of the Raditz. So he served his purpose. He still has potentially 1 to 2 more blocks in him before he goes out. I already drew a card for him, so he already replaced himself. So there's that. Plus, I was able to apply pressure. That's why my opponent's at 7. So I was able to deal my opponent damage. So since I'm not going to be using that anytime soon, the hit, all we use that for is a hand advantage. That's essentially to replace the leader, so we can stop using the leader's active main. But I was like, screw it. I don't care. I was, because I had 4 blue energy, I was going to swing, right, get an attack out of it, do the activate to draw, and then replace it with another, with the 4-drop Gotenks. And then use the Gotenks -3 ability to get rid of both of my opponent's creature, battle cards. Not a bad strategy, right? Not a bad strategy. Plus, I could attack with it, so I could get 2 attacks this turn, plus clear his board, plus draw a card. Yeah, so I could draw a card, get 2 attacks in on the leader, clear his board, and still have a blocker. I could have went that route, right? But instead, I still get to draw. I go with the barrier, so I'm still going to get another attack. So still 2 attacks. So I'm going, but I wanted to keep energy up so that way I could play my Goku negate, and then still have the Sparking negate on top of that. If once I lose my Unison or my Deadly Defender, right? So I'm going the Deadly Defender route. Yeah, I do my leader's ability, which will trigger. Which will now give me Sparking 5 because I will get a card in the drop. So that Raditz goes there. I would like to have drawn that Raditz. That sucks. Would like to have drawn that Raditz. I lost 2 Unisons from that, and now I draw. Do I get? Let's speed this up a little bit. Oh yeah, I get my Vegeta, my Splintering Mines, which will help me, burn if I play it on time. So I could try to play it next turn, type of stuff. I combo because I want to make sure this is on drop. Since he's ramping, I was thinking, man, blue and he's ramping? Oh shit, Android 17 turning the tide, right? So I was like, I gotta make sure I get this blocker in the drop so that way I can, in case I get turning the tide, I could still have some form of defense that I could, from the drop area that I can rely on. On top of the fact that I'll have Unisons, if my Raditz survives, I'll still have it in play. So the idea is to stick some defense on the field and not rely heavily on my defense always being in my hand. Try to get some defense on the board. That's where the Deadly Defender comes in. That's where the Dr. Leche blocker comes in. That's where the Unisons come in. That's why they're blockers. That's why most of them are blockers. Like 2 of them are not. One is a board wipe. One is a draw engines. And then I got 2 blockers, which is the Raditz and the Goten. Those are my main Unison blockers. And yeah, I also have Majin Buu is another blocker, but he's also an attacker because he's double strike, and he's a Unison killer as it were because his double strike can take advantage of that to kill Unisons with. So there's variety there. Let's see. Oh yeah, he attacks with the leader, and of course I block with the Raditz. Yeah, well, that's what it is. He attacks my deadly defender because he has to, because he can't attack. No, he directly attacks my Raditz, right? That's what it was. He chose my Raditz. Double checking. Yeah, target. Sure. Yeah, he attacks my Raditz because he knows I will try to use it to block. So he attacks my Raditz on purpose, but that's cool. That's the thing is I was gonna block with Raditz anyway. So it all works according to plan. Oh yeah. Now he's slick, right? Because he was able to do his little evolve. Now we all know if I got rid of his battle cards, he wouldn't be able to do that little evolve trick to tap my energy. Then he brings this out. I have 7 cards in my drop, so I can spark and negate. But I'm looking at the effect now. At first I thought he was attacking, but it's like, no, he's trying to use the ability. Now I look at the bottom part where it talks about ignoring barrier. It's like, alright, cool, you got barrier hate, and you gain barrier yourself, and you get dual attack. So you get to attack twice, so okay, I got to contend with that. What I didn't look at, I was looking at the bottom effect, trying to figure out, what his card does when you play, blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize on the top it says deflect and double strike. So this is going to be a misplay here because we all know I can spark and negate, which I do for the first attack. So I'm thinking, well, ironically, I was hoping to get something, but I didn't get anything. Like, damn, nothing in the drop for the effect. All right, that sucks. So didn't plus off of that. Rather gets a Vegeta in my hand. So I got 2 Vegetas. I currently have 6 life. See here, I said no response, even though I could spark and negate because I thought he was a single strike. So when he said 30k double strike, I'm like, whoa, what? Shit. It's like, no, I want to negate the double strike. I didn't know you were double strike. I thought you were single strike. Even though the irony is that even though if with just thinking that it was single strike, I was better off just taking the 2 hits because using 2 sparking negates is going to have the same results. I'm still going to lose 2 life, right? So that's a little counter to it. You do sparking negates when it's double strike. You don't do it when it's single strike because it's pointless because mathematically the end result's the same, right? You're gonna lose a life. And you just burned a negate that could potentially protect you from like a double strike or triple strike, right? Logically, but I was just trying to negate just because I could. But then the realization that he had double strike on the secondary attack, like she has double strike. I'll keep that in mind because right now, I should be at 5 life because I would have double spark and negated. So, but instead I took 3 damage that turn when I should have only took 2. So that was a misplay of not negating the attack. And we're talking about the deck because, of course, the deck's cool and look all that mana right there. That energy, 6, 7, 8. Already on 8. Got 3 energies more than me. I'm only on 5 energy. Right. So I'm on turn 5. My opponent already has 8 energy, so they could play some pretty big things, some pretty fun things. So that's pretty cool. So that right there is giving them the advantage, the ramp. Now here I'm debating. I was thinking of using the Zeno Unison to just clear his board, just get rid of all 3 of those cards. But I decided to go this route instead. It's like, well, at least instead of tapping out to get rid of 3 battle cards, why not just pay 4 -3 and get rid of 2 and just deal with them having just one. Besides, they can only attack with one battle card a turn. I just don't want them to have a lot of cards, especially don't want them to have the ability to attack more than once. Because once I realized that, yes, that one over there, the 5-drop, that KO, double strikes. Damn it. Gotta pause for a sec. Alright, so we're back. So I use my ability. I'm getting rid of cards. So that's that. And I have a 20k body with dual attack, so I can attack with it and still use it to block. So I have one block. I have a Goku in my hand, so I could block. I could negate attack there, and I still have the sparking negates, so I could sparking negate twice. Prefer to only do it once because I would like to save 3 life, so I can use 2 life for Vegeta, so I can burn my opponent for 1 with Vegeta's effect. I do have Treasure Overground that I drew, so currently at 5, so I'm 4 energies away from being able to drop Treasure Overground. Oh yeah. Oh man, if I could play Treasure Overground in KO, I'm definitely Treasure Overground definitely auto include in KO. If I'm allowed to play, because it was a thing that my opponent. Because here I point out Android 17, right? Obviously, I'm referring to Turning the Tides, but he mentions that he can't. And then I look at the energy, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's why you can't. Let's skip a couple of steps. I'm like, why? And he mentions that, you know, you can only play 35k or less battle cards. So that's a thing. But I definitely, want to see if Tragic Overground can be used in this deck. I mean, should be able to. I mean, it's just a field card. Right? This restriction, so far from what I can see, affects battle cards. So unless there's another restriction that would literally prevent me from using. So far, all I see is battle cards. So far, I haven't seen an extra card except for this Unison. So okay, so since he can play a Unison, I'm gonna go with the fact that he can play. Alright, feels good to be a supervisor for once. I can let somebody else do work while I finish this video. Alright, where was I at? Let's see, what happened? Well, okay, I lost my Unison because he attacked and his leader, if I'm right? Or did he attack with Unison and comboed or something? Anyway, somehow I lost my Unison. He still has a leader swing and at least one battle card swing. Clearly, he wants the battle card swing to be bigger, better, stronger, right? So he brings out, eventually I highlight her, Meteoric Energy Kefla. You know, she does some stuff. He swings with the leader. Combo. I mean, I negate. Ironically, I probably didn't need to do that because, I mean, with my hand, I do have combo power in my hand, but I always prefer to negate. So why waste time trying to out combo, right? And then, of course, there's the low combo power in the deck, but I'm all about not comboing anyway. Prefer not to combo. I was considering possibility of tweaking this deck, still keep it largely the same way, just tweak it a little bit to change one of the Unisons, and add the Goku Adventure Begins with the 4-star ball endless combo engine that I put in the other version of this deck, the other deck profile uploaded, to just so I can have more combo defense. Especially since I'm not awakening, it would be useful to have that as an option. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have, right, as I say. But the deck works just fine even without it. It's just that why not have it, right? Why not have it as something extra? So right now, so much going on. So many options. Because look at all that good stuff I got in my hand. So many options. I could have went the Deadly Defender route. You know, like I was saying with the Zeno play. Okay, so this reminds me. Zeno was a change. All right, work. Where was I at? All right, so I combo. At first, I did forget that yes, I'm a 10K leader, so I can't just combo 5K. So I needed to combo 10K, so I could be 20 to out combo. And I comboed the Goku because, of course, I need him in the drop for the effect of my power burst. So that way at least I have a target. So I already used my Goku to negate an attack. I don't need him to stay on the drop. I mean, in the battle area, so I comboed him off. My opponent, of course, points out that it has no combo part. Like, yeah, I'm aware, but I'm comboing it anyway because I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get it to the drop so I can add it back with power burst, so I can use it to negate. That is the point. Mentioned that many times before in deck profiles. I always combo him off just so I can get him back with power burst. So I know what I'm doing. But anyway, like I was saying with the Zeno, originally I had the 5-drop Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Protector of the Earth. I originally had him, and he's the one I want to put back in. I might still keep the Zeno, just because of the purpose of Zeno. It's a very powerful board wipe. But I definitely need the Goku, because of his added ability to make it where it's hard for my opponent to attack. So that's a factor. So in this situation, I was like, oh man, instead of charging black, I could have charged blue, and then I could have, I could have done the. I could have done. Work. So where am I at? So I'm using the leader's ability, obviously, to go, get my plus the turn, since I charged the energy. So you see, I'm on turn 6. Wasn't that difficult to get there? That's the thing. I was just thinking, like, oh man, turn 6 already. That was easy. Didn't take that long. So it's turn 6. Got my plus. So now I got another 4-drop Gotenks. Still only have 4 blue energy and 2 black energy. So I can play the Zeno. That was the part of the reasoning for Zeno versus the 5-drop Goku, even though now I'm like, I really like the 5-drop Goku, was the idea that Zeno only requires 2 blue to play, but I will play it for 5 so I can have 5 markers on it and do the -5 ability to clear my opponent's board. But it will only clear. It won't, have the added ability of making it hard for my opponent to attack me back. Plus 15k body, to swing with is better. Plus the fact that I can get two uses out of the Goku. So playing this match, of course, makes me like, yeah, I would like to have that 5-drop the deck. So that's what I would change, upgrade it to incorporate the 5-drop Goku unison, which ironically was originally in the deck. It's just that I changed it because I was thinking, like, I don't want to charge more than 4 blue energy, because you only need minimum 4 blue energy for the card Tragedy Overground. So I didn't want to keep charging blue. After 4 energy, I wanted to just stop at 4, and then after that, just be regular black energy. And of course, 502. Oh my god, that took forever. Part of the problems of doing videos when you're at work is that you actually have to work from time to time. And today they wanted me to be a supervisor, so that's even more work than I normally do. Alright, so where am I at? Okay, so I'm using my unison, trying to keep some energy up, of course, right? You know, gotta keep the negates, defense up, and got rid of 2 potential threats because of, you know, the obviousness. He has the double strike that I think can only attack twice that one time they play it, but I didn't want to take the risk that it could attack twice again with double strike, so I had to get rid of it. So I was able to clear 2 threats. We see that I have the Zeno. Clearly I could just wipe the whole entire board. Yeah, that's an option. And it would leave me with just 1 energy up for a negate. But I do have Sparking Negate, so I could play it for free anyway. So what I do is, I do this instead. I put up a blocker, so now I have 2 blockers, and then the Sparking Negate, so I can stop potentially 3 attacks. So even if they get a battle card that attacks twice, I can stop those 2 attacks plus the leader swing, and I should be good. If they bring out a Unison, alright, well, I got to deal with the Unison. I do have some combo power in my hand, so I should be able to out-combo the Unison. You know, so that's the thing. Now, when I look at my hand right now, the realization that I should not have played that blocker. So that's my misplay right here, seeing it on hindsight. But it's the fact that I had it in the drop, there's another one in there, and I just had the ability to bring out. But obviously, what I should have done was still what he's if I'm right, this is I think he does the play here. He's about to drop something big, which makes because it makes a huge difference what he's about to play. But I should have kept the 2 energy up instead of playing the blocker and just used my Oceanus in my hand to negate an attack and then have a blocker. So that right there, I can stop 2 attacks plus the Unison. That's 3 attacks. So and the Sparking Negate, so that's 4 attacks. So I could have done the ability to stop 4 attacks. I just didn't play it that way. But I had the cards to do it though. That's the point. So then he's going to do this. It's a lot of tapping he's doing there. So there's the big card I was talking about that he plays. That was a big deal. This made the difference. This is the deciding factor of what happens here. Because here he has the ability to tap down up to 4 cards. So he has the ability to tap down up to 4 cards. Oh man. Alright, like I was saying, so he plays the power of Patora. Yugioh. I can't read the name. And, anyway, so he plays the 8-drop Yugioh, but he plays it for 5 because I do have 6 energy. So he plays it. He's able to tap up to 4 of my cards, so he would have been able to tap down if I didn't play the blocker. He would have been able to tap down both my energies plus my Unison and my leader. So he had the ability to tap me down. Alright, so that gave them the advantage, but I would have been able to stop, obviously, 3 attacks this turn. One of them being the leader, one of them being his battle card, and whatever extra attack he was able to muster this turn. So you see I'm looking at the Oceanus. Looking at all the other cards. I got 1, 2, 3. I only got 15 combo power in my hand. Take the leader swing. The leader is a 20k. My leader is 10k. So even though I do have 15k to out combo that and have stopped that leader swing, so that way when he swings with his Now he played the KO, so again, we know it's 30k double strike with the ability to attack twice. I was reading it to see if I had to get rid of my battle card, but I don't know if he chose the effect or not. Checking, didn't say anything or do anything. He's just going straight for attack, so I guess he's not going to waste time using the effect. But he's 30k double strike. I can negate that, but we know he can swing again. So I do go for the negate anyway and test my luck out. So this is where you'll see the reasoning, obviously for some people of why they prefer more combo power. So I do get my Goku off of the power burst. So I could have see a couple different plays I could have done, but the fact that he had the ability to tap down my energy, as well, just obviously throws anything I try to do out of play. He had the ability to tap me down and put me in a defenseless situation. And right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 20 combo power in my hand, but my leader is only 10k. So the best I could do is get my leader to 30, which won't be enough to out combo his 30k battle card. Now you notice he says 30k, which means he's not combo. So if that Goku making an entrance had combo power, or if my leader was awakened, right? That's an important detail, right? Was awakened, I would have been able to get to 35k and survive that attack. But I don't, so shit happens. But I could have just as easily had a battle card in my hand that actually had some combo power. So JJ, but he had the right card for the right situation. Can't fault him for that. So I reveal my hand, show him that I only had 20 combo power, so wasn't going to be able to out combo that. But of course, my plan was to negate attacks, not to out combo. So comboing is a little irrelevant. Another possibility, right, would have been if he didn't tap me out. I mean, I couldn't play the Senzu Bean because I didn't have no blue energy available. But if I did, I would have been able to Senzu Bean if I had energy untapped. Right. So, just thinking. But let's go back to reanalyze the situation. Fix this a little bit. Reanalyze the situation. But let's see. Alright, he swung with the leader, right? But he just played the. Let's see. Because I have that. Oops. So, play my board. Yeah, he goes straight into playing the card. So, no, I couldn't. I thought maybe he swung with the leader first, then dropped the 8-drop. Because then the Oceanus play would have been a little bit better. Because it would right, or it depends on how I did it. Nah, there was no way out of it. He had it. He had me. Oh no, wait, he did. No, he played. Okay, that's what it was. He played the card, then swung with the leader. That's what it was. But right now, the best I could do, I could out combo, so that was a play there. I could have out combo that, so that way I would still have 3 life. Because I do have 15 combo power in my hand. Then I have the ability to negate at least 1 attack, 1 double strike. Right? So combo out of there, so I still have my 3 life. Spark and negate to stop the first attack, which will put me at 2. I still would have lost because I wouldn't not have combo power to combo, or at least to try to out combo the second double strike. So, Right, so bang, attack, negate, restand, tries to attack. Yeah. 'Cause I was thinking like if I didn't take the hit, right, but it's no different, right? Taking 1 damage from the leader swing or from my spark and negate, would it have changed any difference? It's like no, wouldn't have changed any difference. It's pretty much the same. I'm taking a hit regardless. The goal is to always not take hits, but sometimes you gotta take life points to take life points. But there you go. See the deck in action. Points at 3. I was close to getting them down to 2 life. Could have played something different. I could have done the Black Mass Aim, but then that would have drastically reduced my life. But there's other plays I could have done. You can check, analyze, and see how you can obviously utilize a lot of tools in the deck for your matchups. And that's the end of the video.